Yes, people, welcome to Rivals Not Virals, Easter Sunday. Hope people are happy. I hope you got your Easter eggs as well. For some of you didn't get victories. Some of you have got wins this weekend. But make sure you like the video, people. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to have Kunle coming into the building soon as well, because don't forget, we've got the big Arsenal and Liverpool game. So if you stay with us, I think he'll be here in about 20 minutes as well. So we're definitely going to have his say on today's games. But yeah, Kendall's here, obviously, in the building, guys. Make sure you show some love. Sean's here as well. He's been away for a little while. I did wind him up the other day, but then I took it back. And, yeah, you know what I mean. This is what happens. And I'm currently on I'm on the Patrick Vieira today, people. So I've rubbed the on the chest, and we're just gonna battle through it. But yeah, Kendall, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm really, really good, thank you. Hectic weekend of football, I think, this weekend. So yeah, but it's good. Nice to pick up some 3 points yesterday again after I really had an absolute fear that we weren't going to in the first half. So yeah, I'm doing good. Happy Easter, everyone, if you celebrate. Obviously, if you don't, happy Sunday. But yeah,
all good. Now, do you know it's all good your side? You got Wilson and Isaac actually playing together as well. He switched it up and it worked. Ivan Toney missing his first penalty in 23. How typical. And then obviously, and then we've got Sean as well. Obviously, Sean, big win for you lot yesterday. Obviously, we're going to talk about the drama from that game as well. But yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, good. Always a pleasure to share the screen with you lovely people. And it's nice to be back on the channel as well. It's been a little hiatus for some personal stuff, but good to be back.
No, good to be back, of course, man. Everyone's got to have their personal situation sorted out. So I hope everything's good now. Guys, make sure you subscribe as well down below. I've put all the channels in. And like I said, Kunle's gonna be here soon as well to give it that Arsenal talk, because for once, I feel like I'll tell you now, you guys, Sean, this is your time to get him back. You can pressure him today. Yeah, let's do a little bit of like background checks. Yeah, you can pressure him because he's been on you the last few weeks.
Yeah. It's a rarity this season when I get to have a little bit of jabs going out without some pushback, you know.
If they lose today, the pressure's on, man. Big up Samir in the building. He says, hi, everyone. Love that. Big up Daniel as well. Haaland tapping looks good in the thumbnail. Best striker in the world right now. Yeah, the finishes were a joke yesterday. Definitely touch on that. NAF chat, Nunes screamer, Son stunner, or Haaland overhead kick. Yeah, do you know what? I'll pick the Nunes goal out of them three. What would you lot say?
Yeah, the Nunes goal was fantastic. The Wolves, really, really good. Obviously, Sean's going to say, Son. I assume.
No, I'm not actually. I'm not, because
wow.
Sonny, like those sorts of goals for Sonny, they're obviously worldies, but like they're not rare. Like he does when like most of the goals that he scores are quite like that. You know, outside the box curler with either his right or his left. So it's not like, I mean, it was a beautiful shot, but I would probably go with the Wolves man, Matthias Nunes, as well, just because of the technique and the fact that it was on the volley. Right, it was just superb. So
yeah, great shot. First goal for Wolves is what that was. What a way to do it, to be fair. KDB's having a bad season according to Rival fans. 24 assists and 7 goals in 38 games. I don't think he's having a bad season. I just think it's probably not as good for him. But still, look at that. Great stats, to be fair. Come on, Liverpool. And you don't have to walk alone. Just this once, we'll walk with you. City are going to be begging for a Liverpool win today. Big up, Sophia. I hope you're well. Big up as well, Sid. Hope you're well. I know it's the evening over in India now, man. So, yeah, big up for watching. The second was Never a Pen. Hello from Canada. Hope you're well, Miana, man. Thank you for watching all the way from Canada. It must be early there as well. Wow, it must be like 7 a.m. Crazy. Yeah, that is early. Oh wow, we've got a guest early. I think someone's arrived. Big up everyone, Star Lord. Brighton got robbed. And then I agree with Terence and say Spurs is a nightmare. Salah's record is broken by next week. Guys, keep getting your comments in. Make sure you like the video on your way in here. 100 people already here, and we're 4 minutes in, and you know who's arrived as well, because I've got to let him do his intro, because he said he's going to come at half past, but he knows when it's Arsenal Liverpool, he's got to defend his club from the start. Kunle, welcome.
Oh yeah, now my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today you go understand. Big up the panel. Smash the likes, my people. Loving it, man. It's a big day today.
It is a big day today.
I said, you know what, Kunle? I'm not even going to lie to you. I just said 5 minutes before you just jumped on, I said, Sean, This is your day to try and do everything you can to get in his head.
Yeah.
he's
Pressure's on, big man. Pressure's on.
Sean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this might be the last stream you see me wearing a shirt. Do you get me? Because if we win today, oh my God, the chest. I want you lot to see my whole chest out. Literally, you have to see everything. Everything.
Yeah.
It's a big if. It's a big if though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a big one, man. We're gonna start with the Saturdays. We're gonna start with the Saturday talk. And Sean, I think it's only right we start with Tottenham because the most drama has been over that side in North London. You beat Brighton 2-1. Harry Kane, obviously, with his trademark goal. But VAR was involved. Brighton are very good. Goals disallowed. Spurs were poor, if I'm honest, but then they still get the win.
As usual.
Wait, talk to me about it because it's still 3 points off top four. But you know what I mean, you're not playing great.
We're not playing great. But listen, I've got to firstly, you've got to break it down. Like, first and foremost, Brighton are a absolutely phenomenal team. Like, I was saying to you backstage, mate, they got so much balance. They can play the ball left, they can play the ball right, play it through the middle. They got sort of defensive midfielders who can come up and support the attack. They got attacking midfielders who can come back and do the defensive work. Like, strong players. Like, the system is so balanced that it's difficult for a team like Tottenham, even sitting back and doing the back three and not really trying to press the midfield too much. It's difficult for a team like Tottenham that have got such little balance right now in the squad to be able to compete, to never know where to kind of set yourself up positionally. And they took advantage. There were periods in the first half. I think we had the benefit of the first sort of 10 minutes. After that, there was like a 30-minute period where they were just all over us, absolutely dominated us. And look, we took the goal. Their first goal, I don't know, it could have gone either way. The one that was disallowed, the handball that was or wasn't.
It's not a handball for me, Sean.
You don't think it is?
Nah, I think it hits him like the highest point it can possibly hit you to be in a goal. Yeah, but if at some point of the ball gets on the skin, then that's a handball, right? It doesn't. It's like it's got to go all the way over the line.
Hey, Ty, I know you noticed what Sean tried to do with his whole intro to his segment. Because I didn't want to talk and interrupt, but he did it so well, and he nearly sugarcoated everything. It's like Brighton this, Brighton that. Then this patterns of play. For them to now hit them with that was
on the stream. I was doing a watch along.
You're exceptional at what you do, Sean.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. On the I hate the fact you always pick up on it as well. It's on the stream I was doing. Like, the three of us, we're all Tottenham fans. We're just like one after the other. There are three bad decisions, one after the other for the VAR. Especially the penalty that should have been when Højbjerg steps on the foot of Mitoma. I was like, how is that not like on any? If that was on top, if it's the other way round, I would have put my fist through my computer screen.
I was going to say, your head's going, isn't it?
Yeah, Brighton fans must be absolutely livid today because that's essentially them now out of the top four race, I would imagine, and they might even now struggle because of Aston Villa's phenomenal form. Like, those 3 points.
They got an apology off Howard Webb. It's all right, you know.
Isn't it?
Apologies, man.
That's what they're doing now, isn't it? Handing out apology cards. They think it's all right.
I saw some people on Twitter suggesting though that like it's down to, you know, like fraud. It's betting. It's betting syndicates coming from outside.
But would you be surprised though?
No, and I wouldn't be surprised. Where there's money, where there's money, there's corruption and that sort of thing, right? So wouldn't surprise me. And look, my argument would be, to defend Tottenham a little bit, is that we have been robbed. We were robbed against Southampton, that last-minute penalty where we dropped the 2 points, but that was where there was never even a touch on the player. I know two wrongs don't make a right, and I feel bad for Brighton because they.
But yet you're still using that as an example.
Absolutely, I'm still going to sit here and say I'm taking it. The universe is putting us back in balance a little smidgen right now.
I was on another stream yesterday, and the other Tottenham fan was like, all I'm going to say is I didn't see it.
I respect that more.
You know?
Oh, Sean, man. I could tell that you could feel like you're relieved with that yesterday because, the penalty shout, I don't know how, by the way, that is not a penalty. Like, VAR is there to do the job, and he like stamps on his foot. It's not even like, like when you get the ones where it's like they flick the foot and then sometimes they're not giving you, thinking, okay, like he's trying to pull away. He's like clamped on it. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I don't know, because that was at 1-1, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That's a game changer. If Brighton go get that penalty, they score.
Brighton win the game. They win the game.
100%. They win the game. Yeah, 100%.
It's like
at the same time. at the same time, just to play a little bit devil's advocate, where Tottenham are the devil.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. During the game, even though if you look at the stats, you'll see that Brighton dominated us possession, 65 to 20 to 35. They had more shots on target, all the VAR decisions. Tottenham also got themselves into 4 or 5 positions where they should have done far better than what they did. Harry Kane blazed the ball over the bar from about 9 yards. Perisic does exactly the same thing in the first half. Kulusevski made 2 or 3 critical errors when he had the chance to do something that was so simple, didn't do it. We got away with murder, but Tottenham also had chances that on another. It was down to us for not scoring rather than the referee. But I'm going to back my team a little bit here and say it wasn't as one-sided during the game as the stats would have you believe. If you watch the full 90, enough opportunities for Tottenham to score when we should. But the VAR definitely played a massive,
I'm so glad he left the VAR part to the end. But even though the VAR did, like help us out.
Stop analysing my analysis. Stop analysing my analysis.
Oh, I love it. What, Kendall, when you look at it now, Spurs are direct rivals to you. I don't know. You still not got to play each other. Have you still got to play each other, by the way?
Yeah. Tottenham's got to come up to Newcastle, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's a tasty clash. That could be what? Is that towards the end of the season or sort of the middle part now?
It's in about 2 games.
2 games.
Oh, perfect. That is literally a perfect game then, because that's going to be top 4 is going to be riding on that as well. 3 points.
I think we've got Villa away, and then it might be Tottenham at home.
Both of us have got Villa as well. Away.
Okay.
And they're a team that's in fire. We've obviously got United. You
got United. Yeah.
We've got Arsenal.
And we've got Liverpool. So.
We've got Brighton at home still to play.
Yeah.
Emery's still unbeaten against Spurs.
Yeah. Both teams have got an amazing, a very difficult run-in, I'd say. So it's going to be really
that is going to be interesting. How are you looking at Kendall? When you look at it now, because there's no 2 ways about it. You guys are 3rd in the league. You're well in this top 4 race, period. There's only 9 game pause. That's the first time I've ever said pause, and I didn't want to. But yeah, with Tottenham, are you looking at them and feeling like you're actually scared of them beating you to top 4? Because I'll be honest, you play probably better football than them anyway. You're more of a team. You're scoring more goals than them at the moment, and you're conceding less. So, are you actually worried when you see what they're playing like yesterday, even though they got the win?
I'm worried because it's so Spursy to just get top 4 now. After this whole time, it's just so Spursy. On the surface of things, I wouldn't be worried about them coming to St James's Park because we've only lost there once this season. So obviously our home form's pretty good. And
you had a man sent off when you lost.
It was to friggin' Liverpool. Yeah, exactly. So it was just. On the surface, I wouldn't be, but it's just so typical Tottenham to come to Newcastle and just smash us all out of the park. I literally can't explain how Spursy that is for us. Yeah. So I am worried just based on that. I think, to be honest, until Arsenal, for me, Villa away is our hardest game because they're on form at the moment. There's a little bit of a weird, I don't know why, it's sort of Everton situation. They took the mick out of us when we went down last time. So there's a little bit of there's always been a little bit of a weird Villa rivalry between Newcastle and Aston Villa. That for me is so this game's going to be really hard. But then obviously we've got Tottenham after that. So up until Arsenal, I think
so that'll be all right.
The hardest game for us.
She literally said it like that. But obviously we got Tottenham after. So
she did a whole 2-minute dialogue and did it once.
I'm sure. I just added the thing on at the end.
Yeah. Little bee sting right at the end.
Note, Sean, basically she's saying that she's not shook her Spurs. Basically, Sean. That's what she's saying.
I wouldn't be.
I'm not scared of Villa. At the minute, but it's because it is a win.
I wouldn't be scared of Spurs right now.
I love that. Big up people in the comments. No, Sean, Karen.
Oh, so I was going to say Spurs have a habit to surprise, but usually it's to the downside rather than to the upside. So, and Newcastle have got a good record against Tottenham at St James's Park. Ever since you beat us 7-1, back in the late 90s, I think we've only won there 3 times. 3 times
7-1.
One was actually the game after the takeover as well. It was. I'll remember that for the rest of my life because it was the game after we got took over. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Wow.
It was after that.
And that was years and years and years ago. And I think ever since then I think we've maybe got, like I say, 3 or 4 wins up at Newcastle in I don't know how many 18 attempts or something. So yeah, I wouldn't be scared of Tottenham. I think Tottenham, unfortunately, I put a £50 bet on with my man down here that Tottenham will finish top 4. And I think that this time around As much as
Oh,
we're still...
is it? This is why you two are doing this back to back.
Yeah.
There's a backstory we weren't aware of.
There's always a backstory, bro. Come on.
It's going to be the most painful. It's going to be the most painful money transfer in the history of money transfers.
I think Sean kept that quiet because I think Sean feels like he's actually losing it now.
I do think we are, because I looked at it like you need 69, 70 points to get fourth. I think that's 18 points that Tottenham need, 19 points. I look at our fixtures. I think tops we're going to get is 12. So I just don't think we're going to be able to.
We've both got a game in hand on you as well, haven't we? Man United and Newcastle have got a game in hand. So
our game in hand is Brighton away though, so it is tricky.
Our game in hand's Brighton away.
Is it? Oh my days!
Because we were meant to play Brighton the Carabao Cup final weekend.
Cup final, that's
right.
it. Yeah. Makes sense now. Makes sense. Big up for the super chat, AMT. He says, I can understand now why Arteta wanted Caicedo. Yeah, apparently him and McAllister had a good game in the middle of the park yesterday. Thank you for the super chat. And happy Easter Sunday as well to everyone. Make sure you are liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing to everyone's channels down below in the descriptions as well. So make sure you go and support them and get your comments in as well. Newcastle will get top 4 is what Daniel was saying. Yeah, this is actually interesting. Kendall, did you know that obviously with you lot, no team from London has beat you home or away?
Yeah, so
mad, isn't it?
We're at the moment we've obviously got Arsenal to play. So at the minute, I did see a stat yesterday. It was in London. So at the minute, every game we've played, because we've only got Arsenal and Chelsea to go in terms of London teams, we've beaten them in the stadiums in London. So we've only got Chelsea away last game of the season. So yeah, at the moment we're the only team in the Premier League to be unbeaten in London at the moment.
Yeah, it's all right. Season continues for you though. We're going to get into Newcastle in a sec actually. Howard Webb has managed to make the standard of refereeing and VAR decision making worse since he came in. Can Kane even give me a little Carabao Cup before he retires? Or is that too much pressure? Goals without trophies mean nothing. Hey, Daniel, funny, you know.
I'm begging for a Carabao, you know.
Kudley, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this. Kudley, is there any way Tottenham can persuade Harry Kane to stay beyond this season?
There is one way. There's only one way. And if he just proves to the whole world that we've all been thinking, he's a man that loves his comfort zone, innit? That's the only way he stays there. Because if he's ambitious and doesn't want to retire as, that one legend from Spurs, and actually have a Premier League legacy, he needs to go to a club that he can win something more than the Carabao Cup. Even the Carabao Cup now at Spurs ain't going to quite cut it, to be fair. So he has to leave. And big up the Spurs fans for how rich they are, because they made so many bets they're going to be paying out in May. So big them up. I'm not even changing Naira when I come to London. I'm just going to speak to the Spurs fans, say, I need some pounds while I'm in London, man. Send the bets through. Send the bets through.
Oh, love that. What about you, Sean? Do you think there's any way you guys can persuade Harry Kane to stay at this football club beyond this season?
Yeah, there is. Pochettino coming in, I think, would be a manager that he might get behind. They had a great relationship. And obviously, I think some sort of guaranteed investment from the owners. I think if
So no. Okay.
But Daniel Levy and Enoch, they do spend money. They spend it poorly. But that's why we've just invested. We've got this new guy coming in called Scott Munn, who's now taken over the chief football officer role. So Daniel Levy allegedly is now going to have like a layer between him and whoever the director of football is. But Tottenham are in a complete mess, but there's a massive restructuring going on. But hopefully Daniel Levy's going to step back. And if this new guy comes in and has the kind of power of veto over transfers and works directly with the DOF and whoever the manager is and gets them what they want, and Daniel Levy keeps his oar out of it and just signs the checks, we've still got 50 million quid coming from the owner that he promised to go into the kidsy, plus whatever budget's available, and we can always find money. So I think 150 million quid transfer budget this summer to fix a goalkeeper, 2 centre backs, and a creative midfielder like Maddison, and a manager like Pochettino. I think Harry Kane, look, he likes London. I'd take Nigel's point, right? He doesn't want to leave London. Maybe it is a comfort zone mentality or whatever, but
he's got another baby on the way as well.
Yeah, exactly. His family's very settled. I don't think he's never going to go to Arsenal.
Is that the angle he's going to use? Yeah. Family are here. They're settled in London.
It's actually not a bad impression of him as well, to be fair.
I know.
But I think there is an angle where he stays. I don't know where he goes, where he's guaranteed trophies. He's not going to go to Newcastle because there's no guarantee of trophies there. Manchester United aren't going to guarantee trophies. Manchester City don't need him. Arsenal would never happen. I don't think he goes to Chelsea either because Chelsea right now look just as much of a mess as Tottenham do for different reasons. But is he going to go abroad and sacrifice his Premier League record? I don't think so.
Don't you think? I think he goes United. To be honest, man.
He's not guaranteed. He's not guaranteed trophies there, is he?
I believe if he signs like what's he saying for like a 4-year, 5-year contract at United, I believe he'll win something before that.
Which you class as more substantial, like an FA Cup, League, or Champions League. It has to be one of them, innit?
Has to be, for sure.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting, man. Because he's got 1 year left on his deal after this. Like we're looking at the moment, Kendall's Newcastle, Man United are looking like they're going to be getting top 4 at the moment. So Spurs are going to have to pull it out of the bag. And then also it's going to be interesting to see obviously what happens with the managerial situation as well. So yeah, there's a lot of changes to happen. And obviously with the Chelsea situation as well, they're looking for a manager, Nagelsmann, Enrique, whoever it is. So big up Mama Flossie. She said, proud to be a Geordie. Guys, make sure you keep smashing the like button. I don't want Osimhen. I don't want Kane. Osimhen is our preferred option type. Interesting, obviously, 2 different types.
Please leave our Niger boy alone. Please leave him alone. I beg.
Then he'll give you a little soft spot for United. Then, you have to like us a bit more.
It'll be very technical if he goes there.
Love that. But Kendall, you've even got your own East African, shining at the moment in Alexander Isaac. Okay, people, yes, he is from Sweden. Before you come at me, I'm on about heritage.
Eritrean.
I want to, I'm on about the proper thing. So, yeah, big up Alexander Isaac at the moment because, again, another goal yesterday. Him and, like we said earlier, him and Callum Wilson playing together. Eddie Howe decided to switch up second half. And to come away from a win against Brentford, I kind of think it goes under the radar because, obviously, Chelsea lost and stuff like that. Man City, Haaland's delivering, but going to Brentford ain't easy for any team. And to go 1-0 down as well is not easy to come back from for any team. So for me, that was another Newcastle win, which is showing that personality, the character. And you guys are really on it for this top 4. So yeah, talk to me about the bits that impressed you the most, obviously, from yesterday.
Yeah, first half didn't impress me at all. That don't impress me much. I'm Shania Twain now. But yeah, that it did not. I was actually so embarrassed. I was like, this is literally so embarrassing. Like Sven Botman, I don't even know what he was doing for the second penalty because that was just
like a rugby tackle.
What the hell? Why? Literally why? I can't even remember which way around it was now. I think I just blocked the memory out of my brain from yesterday, the first half yesterday. In my opinion, so it must have been the second penalty. The second penalty for me was not on the Isak one where he cleared the ball. I don't think that was a penalty. I think it was probably a soft one, but it is what it is. It was given. It was our own fault. It should have been 3-0 in the first half to them yesterday. Anyway, but luckily it is absolute dreamland for me to have a manager who's actually competent enough to change the game just after half time because we've never had that. Even Rafa Benitez used to wait till the 75th minute to make a change, even if we were 3-0 down. So for me, to make that change.
That's straight at Sean.
No.
I was just saying a competent manager that changes stuff. Sorry.
Not everything's a straight Sean today, but I'll probably get one in there somewhere along the way. But no, and it was the tactical changes are fantastic. Obviously, Gordon came on. We were out without St. Maximin yesterday, so I hope that's not a lengthy time out on the sidelines because he's been so good and on form. He's never had a run in the team, and everyone's been whinging he's not good enough or he doesn't do enough for the team. But he's never had a run in the team like he has of late. So he's looked really good. St. Maximin.
Oh yeah, I love him.
So Gordon came on. Obviously Wilson. We've never seen only one game. We've seen Isak and Wilson together, because they've either one of them's been injured at different times, so they've not been available. And then tactically we play 4-3-3, so there wasn't really any kind of situation where they were going to put Isak on the wing or anything like that. But yesterday, because we switched it up, we managed to get both of them on the field together. And yeah. It was just immense. Second half, we were just we dominated the whole game.
And you had a goal disallowed, which is quite unfortunate as well. So it should
have been 3-1, again, really. It was a similar handball situation. It was kind of here.
Would you want to start a game like that, Kendall, with them two up front?
Good question.
I would love
Was
to
it more
start
like
a game.
a-
In fact, I actually hope we do against Villa. We start a game with them too, because again, as I said, we are without the creativity in St. Maximin now.
Isaac can just spin off the left as well, like Henri kind of style on the left. Like Isaac can do that.
He's quite versatile across the front again, which is something we've not had as a forward at Newcastle for a long time. So like, listen, he's going to be called the Henri regen, and his movement and everything like that is very similar.
That's what I'm saying.
This is news to me. The way she, Kendall, the way you said it was like, yeah, it's obviously going to be called Henri.
No, but he has, because this has been like an ongoing thing since Dortmund. So it's not.
It's like the Martial thing, Kunle, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
What Martial thing?
When he was the Henri, when he was the new Henri.
Delusional. Yeah, we're not like delusional. Think no, we've got the next Thierry Henry. We might at the minute, but we don't know that yet. But yeah, his movement's very similar and stuff. But he is versatile. It's nothing that we've not had that at Newcastle for a long time for a forward. So yeah, I'm loving it. Like, honestly, I'll be so gutted now if we don't get Champions League.
I know what? The mindset's changing now, isn't it?
I know.
The mindset.
I know. I have been holding it off, and I've been pretty steady in the fact that I thought we were getting 5th or 6th. But now,
own it, Kendall. I like this.
I'm like, oh God, like if we come down now to 9 games left and we don't get Champions League, when we have literally been top 5 since probably September.
Tell them.
I'm going to be absolutely gutted. I'm going to be gutted. I'm going to be like, I'll be crying. In the words of Kunle, in like his philosophical words, it's going to be a missed opportunity.
You see things from my eyes now, Ken.
We got there, man. We took 30 games, but we're there now.
No, but Ty, Kendall's in the most.
Something good to think about. That's why
she's in a position that I'm envious of where she's at right now, because, and like, she doesn't have to overdo it with the trash talk, but she can play like, oh yeah, we're just in the mix, and if we get top 4, it's like we can say it with chest. But if not, it's like, oh, we're only Newcastle anyway. So
I can't trash talk about a team that were trash. Like literally, let's be clear. Like for literally 10 years.
Sean's been doing it for his whole life, bro. His whole life he's been doing it.
Nigel,
Sean's been doing
you're
it.
32 games into a season, or 30 games into a season, and you still can't bring yourself to say that Arsenal are going to win the league. There's no chest.
I've said it though. I've said it on multiple streams. I said it on this channel last week.
Oh, last week. Okay, so it's taken you until the last 7 days to say it, because I remember on your show with Igal, when Igal was saying, we are going to win the league, we are going to do it, and you're like, what? Just down there, Igal.
No,
wait.
Only
3 weeks ago, bro.
All right, hold on, Sean. Obviously, I get it. Antagonizing me because you've never been able to say these words. I get it. But also, I've said it now. Ever since Sunday, I've said it. I think we're gonna do this. And I think we're gonna do it.
If you drop points today, the first game after you lose, the first game after you say it, suddenly the wheels come falling off. Guess who's coming for you, bro?
Bro, I know, man. You're not invited on Monday's show, Sean. Just leave it out.
6 hours away, like it could be 6 hours away. Do you know what? Well, Kunle smart, yeah. I know we're gonna touch on it. Don't worry, guys. If you're in the comments, we are gonna get to Arsenal shortly. We've got to do Man United, then it's Arsenal. But Kunle, I'm just thinking, right? I swear you won at Anfield in that kit, and that's why you're rocking it. I swear.
Bruv, you know it. You know all these things, bruv. You know these little superstitions,
he's doing all the psychological things to believe. I knew it. That was like the old Rollcastle kit or whatever it was, like time ago. When you guys went to, I don't even know, what did you do? Did you win the league on that day or something?
No, we I think this is the first kit Ian Wright won at Anfield, isn't it? This is the first, but the particular, I think there wasn't any patterns on the one we won at Anfield. It's a yellow kit, yeah. But
I remember.
I don't mind the little Michael Thomas, but yeah, let's not get into the Arsenal just yet.
No. Yeah, we'll see. Big up everyone in the comments. 250 here. You know what to do, people. First of all, you smash a like on the video. Second of all, happy Easter to everyone. Big up those who are doing the Ramadan as well. And then lastly, make sure you subscribe to all the people below. Spurs Talk Show, Kendall, and also One Touch TV for Kunle's channel as well. And Tunnel TV as well. Obviously, a nice little plug for that as well. Make sure you check out Tunnel TV as well, guys. Lucky Singh says Newcastle have to push now. Sophia says, I've been saying for a while that Newcastle will get top 4, and I hope they do as well. Mama Flossie says it's actually great place to be in, Kendall. Big up, Reedy. Bro, I saw you on Grizzly's channel yesterday, man, and I felt for you, man. If you don't go down to the championship with the team you've got, damn, brother. Yeah, man, I hope you're well. He's a Leicester City fan, man. Big Leicester City, home and away. Yeah, man. So I hope you all.
They're gonna get rinsed in summer, bro.
Yeah,
summer sales at Leicester, bro.
Every player's leaving them. Oh my days. Oh, if Arsenal finish second and Newcastle finished third, who's had a better season?
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah,
Facts.
Newcastle.
It's not even close. Facts.
Yeah, that's a Newcastle situation. Yeah, 100%.
If Tottenham finished fourth and Arsenal finished second, who's had the better season? You could probably say like Tottenham because of how bad we are at the moment. We still
why are we finish in the same place as you finished last season? But you're
there's
the
no
best.
difference between second and fourth.
This is desperate, bro. This is desperate, bro.
There's no difference. You didn't win anything. We didn't win anything.
Oh wow, man! I love it.
He's praying for that scenario. He's praying for that scenario. Literally,
absolutely praying for that scenario. Damn right, yeah.
Yeah, I love that, Sean, man. You got to puff out your chest today because you've got 4 hours till kickoff, and if they win today, you know they've won the league. So you got to enjoy this, man. I don't want to start a fight. Newcastle fans would take Ramos, winning the league at Anfield today. And then Wolves, I hope you well, Wolves F5, big up. He said, I think Arsenal fans, he thought they got the win today at Anfield, face shock of their lifetime. 4-0 at half-time and a couple Arsenal consolations goals, maybe 4-2. We're going to talk on that shortly, but yeah, with obviously Man United now. Guys, man, there's two parts of the coin. Everyone knows I'm a Martial fan, so I've got to do my thing right now. Guys.
Your cousin, yeah?
We're back, man. The family, they're here, inject it, man. You know what I'm saying? When he came on yesterday, he loves a goal against Everton. I think he's like 12 goals or something nearly, maybe against Everton now.
For real?
Yeah, bro. He scores against them every year.
Wait, how long has he been at United, Martial, bro? It seems ages, bro.
2015, 8 years. Yeah, like he loves a goal against Everton, man. And do you know what? When he came on yesterday, I was praying he would just get his confidence back, get a big goal that was needed. And he did, man, because obviously with the Rashford situation, which we're going to touch on, obviously he's got a groin injury as well. But for me, that Man United performance yesterday was one, and I probably guess most of you watched it, it was the early kickoff. That first half, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to see. I know it's only Everton, they're in a relegation scrap, but we should have been like 6-0 up at half time. Let me be real. Actually, 6-1, because Sims missed a bait chance for them. But
nobody called Sims should be playing in the Premier League again.
Yeah,
Chelsea
bro,
let him score against them.
I know. And with a trim like that as well, he's letting down the man that really.
Completely.
So, but if I'm real, Anthony should be improving on his finishing. He should have had 2 yesterday. Rashford could have had a couple. Obviously, it was McTominay showing his Scotland touch to get us them chances. Big up Daps. He said the 7-0 would have never happened if Martial was on the pitch. But it was a good way for Man United to bounce back, because obviously we had the Newcastle defeat the other day. And then I went to the game where we played Brentford in the midweek, and we were poor in the second half, but we were okay in the first half. But right now, we're just in that situation where I just want us to get wins, if I'm honest with you lot. We've got the top 4. We're in the FA Cup semi-final. With FA Cup semi-final, we've got the quarter-final of the Europa League. If you guys offered me that at the start of the season, I'm 100% taking it. But, do you know what the interesting part for me is? I want to see what you lot think on this, yeah? When I was watching us, with Rashford, yeah, obviously he's played on the left most of the season, right? Good player on the left. Obviously, he scores goals, runs in behind a bit like Heung-min Son. But yesterday, he played up front, yeah? And the way we were building up the ball and looking much more fluid, people are actually saying that they prefer Rashford playing up top, because Rashford's not like a Saka or like even like an Anthony or Sancho, where they're proper wingers and they can build up the play and stuff. They're not really going to give it away. Rashford either like gives the ball away because his passing ain't great, or he's getting in behind and he's kind of scoring. But Man United played him up top yesterday, and look at the amount of chances we created. Sancho and Anthony getting on the ball, keeping the ball, beating a couple players, coming inside. Do you think Rashford's got a potential future playing as a striker, or are you lot looking at it as like, now it's a one-off game, Martial's coming back from injury, Workhorse is obviously done out now, and we'll get another striker in the summer and we go from there? But yeah, Sean, what do you think when you look at Rashford and the type of player he is?
I mean, he's phenomenal at the moment, isn't he? It's just like I say, it's a big miss if he's out for a couple of weeks. Well, I don't know how long a groin strain usually keeps you out for, but without him, your team just doesn't punch the same way. I think he's, obviously different in importance for the goal threat, but doesn't punch at all. And if he was out and Casemiro was out at the same time, I think Manchester. I know that's not going to be the case now that Casemiro's back, but Manchester United go from being an absolute, a threat in every single game to very, very average and very, very beatable by a lot of teams, right? So for me, Rashford is the difference in your season. Him and Casemiro have been the main difference for me.
Imagine saying Martial's better than Jesus on Easter. I literally can't.
Literally. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you.
I was
trying
wondering,
to trigger me, yeah.
I didn't see the comment. I was wondering if all of your faces were scowling like doing that because of something that I said or because of the comment.
No,
I was like, please let it be the comment.
Martial was better than Jesus on the Lord's Easter holy.
Literally, he's gonna answer them today, Kendall. Don't worry, he'll answer them at Anfield today.
If you asked me that 2 years ago, I would have definitely been having Martial over Jesus. They're similar type of players, but obviously Jesus has been more fit this year. But
Ty, if we ask you now, you would say Martial.
Literally, I was about to say that. That's why you put the comment up. You actually believe it.
Yeah, I love Martial, man. Do you know what? It's mad, yeah, because obviously I don't think, there's been a player that's really like divided a sort of a fan base or a timeline so much. There's so many people that love Martial, and then there's so many people that are like, sell him, he's injury prone, he's this and that. But for me, they're only saying sell him because his injury record, not because of his ability. And that's where I try and play mediator and say, like, well, I love Martial because he does what Jesus does for us in terms of holding up the ball, linking up play. Rashford plays well with him. Like, he has that team element to him, a bit like Alexander Isaac. He's got that same traits as well. Wilson's more of a number 9, whereas Isaac can like do the Kane role and stuff like that. And them type of players are so valuable for a team. And Martial's ability is not questioned. If he can stay fit, he easily gets 15, 20 goals in the season, 100%. But obviously, he doesn't stay fit. And then that's the problem that Ten Hag's going to have in the summer. So whether you cash in on him or he's got a 1-year deal or not. But like when you look at it, Kunle, if Rashford is out for what? Say 2-3 weeks because he's pulled up with a groin injury, and I don't think they're going to want to rush him. We've got Sevilla on Thursday. We've got Nottingham Forest away. Then we've got Sevilla again. And then I'm not too sure who we play after that. And then we've got Spurs midweek. Do you think like Martial is a perfect time for him to try and step up if Rashford is out for them games?
Quickly, first of all, I want to big myself up for my score prediction last week, a Newcastle game. I said 2-0 Newcastle, and they followed through.
What? How the hell have you thought of that?
Bro, because I saw, I literally, I was like, last time I was on this show, I said 2-0 and no one acknowledged it. So I just wanted to do that. Big up Newcastle again. But but Martial, he's the most frustrating player. Yeah, definitely.
I was thanking him like I played.
You basically did though. The energy from your fan base followed through to the 2-0 victory last week against Man U. But yeah, since we're talking about Man U winning 2-0, I say Martial, he's a frustrating player because I saw, even though I don't want to say this, but I did see the kind of similarities in his style of play to Henry, more than Mbappe for me.
Yeah, I hear that.
I believe one of the worst things to happen to him was Van Gaal leaving Man U at the time.
Yeah, and Mourinho coming.
Yeah,
bro.
Because I don't know how that would have affected him injury wise, but in terms of the player overall, I believe he would have excelled more as a 9 if Van Gaal stayed an extra couple of years. I think Man U on a whole would have a style of play by now. But yeah, this is the time. I do believe. How many games is Rashford injured for?
We'll find out tomorrow.
You're not sure. If it is 3 games, honestly, as much as I rate Martial's ability, that's your season done, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Like I see you going out the Europa without Rashford.
If Rashford's injured for like 3 weeks, you think we're gonna capitulate?
Yeah, because I don't know who steps up for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, it'll be great if Martial says, do you know what? I'm in the shop window. The manager might get rid of me in summer. This is my time to grab my chance. Like maybe like a Nketiah. As much as I don't like him, I mean, if Martial could put the return of Nketiah for the next 9 games, you'll be happy with his contribution, right? Probably. The next 9 games. I'm not saying overall the season. You know that period. Yeah,
but
exactly.
Are you saying that Man United without Rashford not only drop out of the Europa League but also drop out of the top 4? And if so, Nigel, who would you be suggesting would be replacing Manchester United in the top 4 race?
I don't know. Brighton, Aston Villa are doing pretty well. True say, Unai Emery's got some what's it called? I don't even know what I'm saying, but not the other guys from North London. Not the other guys from North London. Let's just say that.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah.
Right, yeah. Hey, Kunle, you're coming. I can't believe it. So you think we
but do you know why? this is why, Ty, because I said it last week as well, and some of the comments got me. Like, I rate Ten Hag now more highly than I ever have, because I don't rate you lot this season as a team. I believe Matt Rashford's been bailing you out. Casemiro has been cleaning up absolutely everything, killing himself, even risking getting red cards just to keep you guys in the game. And when he gets pulled out, how bad you look is just evident that it's gonna crumble. If Rashford ain't scoring, if he didn't score yesterday, who would have scored? Because yes, I won't lie, like you said, Ty, you started.
Rashford didn't score yesterday.
Who scored?
Martial McTominay.
Oh, big them up. All right, big them up. Well done. But yeah, but in terms of that the game that yeah, my bad. But yeah, in terms of Man United as a team, you lot played a better first half yesterday than I've seen you all season. To be honest, like you usually concede those early chances that you were creating.
We do.
Do you get what I'm saying? So although yes, they did win a game without Rashford scoring yesterday, I can't see it. If 3 weeks in a row, that's too much to ask of you lot, man.
What about
especially with the
McTominay
Europa
as a
League.
striker? I'm gonna go full of gal here.
Oh, Kendall, don't do it, man.
Scotty too hotty, bro. You gotta throw him in the middle. I don't mind, bro. I don't mind. I see what he's about. 5 goals in 4 games. I mean, what else could you ask for from the boy?
Do you know, it's actually bad. It was actually a good finish from.
He's better than
I'm not a fan of him at all, but I gotta give him his flowers. But do you know what? Yeah, big up Michael. Hope you well, bro. And make sure you go and check out his channel as well. Does great European content. But Kendall, the thing is, this is where I would respond to Kunde and say, okay, if Rashford is out, I get it, because obviously he's our outlet and he scores a lot of goals going in behind. But then
there's a comment. Just before you finish that, sorry, Ty, there's a comment by Peter Baker that kind of helps. Maybe might help my comment. Make me not look as bad.
What time?
It says, I don't know the time, bro.
What, assisted both goals?
Yeah. Rashford assisted both goals.
Peter. You know what?
So if Rashford ain't involved with the assist or the goal, you guys are lost. Big up Peter, my guy.
No. Not big up my guy. Not big up my guy. Do you know why? Because he's also wrong. So the Arsenal fans are on juice today. Because Sancho got the assist.
Peter, why are you going to do that to me, bro? Why are you going to do that to me, Pete? Petey!
You're mugging.
Making me look crazy on Never a Foul.
Sean, you see what happens? Yeah. Arsenal, because Arsenal fighting for the top of the league, they're acting like, they don't really watch United games now. They don't really know what's going on and that. They're getting all the answers wrong, man. In it, the priorities.
Hey, I've got to ask you a question about Man United just quickly. I've just looked at your fixtures.
Yeah, of course.
Have you not played Brighton at all yet this season?
Yeah, first game of the season I was there. They beat us.
Have you got them?
Nah, they got FA Cup game.
FA Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian.
They beat us first game of the season, man. So it is going to be interesting. But you know what? To come back to Kunle's point, and I was just saying to Kendall, obviously, when you look at what we're doing at the moment, obviously, with everything we're fighting for, it would be great to have Rashford fit. But we've got Eriksen and Casemiro back now. Casemiro's ban's finished, so he can play the Europa League and play against Nottingham Forest and so forth. Eriksen got 20 minutes yesterday. I reckon he will definitely start against Forest next week. So with Rashford out, but Casemiro and Eriksen coming back in, I'm not saying obviously it's like the same impact because obviously one scores goals, but then the other two give us control. So like I'm not worried. If they were all out, by the way, and Casemiro and Eriksen weren't back, I'll be thinking, do you know what? These games against Sevilla, even though they've been shit this year, are going to be tricky. But you know, I think having them back is just as big, don't you think?
Yeah, the problem is with Casemiro, you know what English referees are like, like British referees, Premier League referees are like. Now he's got like basically a target on his head. So any little thing he does, it's like Mitrovic situation. Like any little thing he does, Knockout used to be the same when he used to play for like Huddersfield and stuff like that. If he does any sort of foul that's like ambiguous in terms of like, oh, is that a dangerous foul or not? They're gonna be like straight away, right? Like they're just gonna. That's my only worry for you guys in terms of Casemiro. Eriksen's fine, he's great, but again, you might just like draw us all to death, like we did it. From January,
yeah, you went for that period,
you control the whole game, but there's just no goals. Exactly like how we went through a patch like that as well after Christmas. And you might just do that, but I think Rashford for me is a big miss. I'm not going to be as dramatic as Kunle and be like, "Oh, this is it. You've lost top 4 now." If he's injured for 3 games, I still think you'll get to top 4. I do, because I just think when it comes down to it, you've just got that edge. Like not in terms of like quality, but just the team that Man United are, and like they're used to that. They're used to that fight. Casemiro was a fantastic player. Eriksen's a fantastic player. You've still got a good team. So I do still think you'll get it, but I just think it'll be the wins aren't going to be as convincing. They're not going to come as thick and fast now, especially because you've got so many games now coming up. You've got out of probably the top 4 now. I mean, we don't have any extra games. We've just got our Premier League.
Yeah, we've got Europa League and FA Cup.
Who steps up though, Ty? Who steps up for you lot? If not Rashford,
you know
who's
what?
the guy?
I'll be real with you. I think Martial has to step up 100% because he's one of the worst strikers I've ever seen like at the club.
I think this is Martial's last chance saloon. I know we've been saying that
it's kind of
now,
like
it is like now getting to a point because Ten Hag has been a lot more cutthroat and he's going to be a lot more long term than any of the other managers 100%. That have been there. So he's going to be like, right, that's it. You're just not good enough for me, basically.
One more injury for Martial now at the end of the season. It's done. Like there's no way back, even if he scores in final. So he needs to step up now 100%.
If he scores in the final, you lot keep him, don't lie.
Nah,
don't lie, Ty. You'll be starting the petition. Don't lie.
Bro,
you'll be outside Old Trafford.
I want to keep hands down because I don't think there's a better number 2 striker behind a Harry Kane.
That's a good question. Sure, that's a good question.
What final are you talking about? There's no way you guys are getting to the finals if Rashford's not there. Come on, like this.
What do you not think? Do you not think Wilson? Do you not think Wilson and Isak's a bit more better?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Isaac, I'll take Isaac 100%.
We've actually probably got 2 of the apart from Alvarez, Haaland. We've probably got
you got 2 good strikers to be fair. Chelsea,
really good strikers.
Better than Chelsea, better than Spurs because they haven't got. Yeah, to be fair, because
I've had to deal with like Hosselu and things like that. Who, to be fair, is killing it in the league.
Hang on. Sorry. Are we suggesting that Sonny and Kane as a partnership is suddenly?
No,
I wouldn't say.
It's suddenly what? No, let him finish. It's suddenly what?
It's suddenly not relevant considering they've got the number 1 partnership of goal scoring partnership in the Premier League history.
Fair enough. Partnership-wise is fine, but I mean, I don't think like Son is a striker
record-breaking losers.
Record-breaking losers. Like how we would play Isak and Wilson, I guess, but we're probably not even going to do that now.
And Son's been crap this year anyway. Sorry to put this truth.
Yeah, but class is permanent, right?
It's not permanent this season.
Since Tomiyasu dealt with him, he hasn't been the same, right?
Oh, stop it.
That's like when St. Maximin has literally ended Kyle Walker's career. Like we're just not even going to see like.
You think because I gave the goal of the weekend towards the Brentford fella ahead of Sonny's absolute world yesterday that I'm going to sit here and tolerate this slander against one of the best.
This is true. This is true. He's not been the same. I won't lie.
He's had a rubbish season, but. Let's not
he's not been the same since Tomiyasu pocketed him. But Tomiyasu's not been the same since freaking Maximan broke his legs last season, bro. He's not been the same, bro. I did a few chops and then Tomiyasu's been injured like all the time since that game, bro. What the hell? So Maximan, ease him up, man.
Make sure you keep running up the likes, people. Make sure you subscribe as well. We've got 2 more teams to discuss. I'm not going to lie. Chelsea ain't relevant today, people. I'm sorry. Matthias
I'm okay with that.
Just have
I don't think it'd be relevant all season. Let's be fair to them.
Yeah, exactly. They've not been here.
They're in the Mudrick, mate.
We're gonna touch on Erling Haaland because obviously that's gonna take us into the Arsenal game. But Haaland was back from injury yesterday. Haaland sinks the Saints 2 goals. I think that makes it 44 goals for Erling Haaland this season. And you know what's so funny, right? Yeah, you know when people say, "Oh, City play better without Haaland and all this crap." I can't be asked to be into that anyway, right?
Literally, it's long, bro.
You know, it's just ridiculous. Someone sent me a stat, of his stats in the game. He completed 2 passes or something in the game and scored 2 goals. Doesn't matter how many passes he completed.
Bro,
right
thank you.
Right time. He's there to score goals. And, you know, he's got, I think it's 44 in all competitions. Someone says 30 goals in 29 games or whatever it is in the league. It's ridiculous, man. Like, he needs 3 to beat Salah's record.
It's such a weird social media thing now to say, like, tapping merchant. Right?
Yeah.
What the frig do you want to say?
Where's your tap?
Gone back to win back, start like pulling in the tackles.
You know what, Kendall? They're the type of
Harry Kane does that. So.
They're the type of fans that will say like, "No, I don't want Haaland. I don't want Haaland because he doesn't link up the play and that." Like they're the type. It's ridiculous, man. But
there's nobody that could tell me with a straight face that Haaland wouldn't improve their team. Nobody. Because if they're saying City play worse with him, I think, have you thought City don't have to put as many passes together because he's in the team? Because he's going to score. How about that? Why aren't there people saying that?
Whilst I agree with you guys, to play devil's advocate, just for the argument, just to put it out there. I don't share this view, but there is an argument that his XG for every goal this season is 0.92, right? And a penalty is a 0.75 XG. So like the people that say that he's a tapping merchant, he's
outperforming the stats then.
0.9, yeah, but barely, right? Like the quality of the goals that he's scoring are easier than a penalty by a significant amount, right?
But people don't realise he's still getting himself in that position to
I
make
know.
it easy.
I hear you. I'm just
He's
saying.
being devil's advocate, Ty.
But the people that are saying that he's a tapping merchant are basing it off of a pretty wild statistic that for all the goals he scored, he's expected to score them.
Yeah, it's mad to be
what?
I'm just saying that's the argument, right? That is
These
the
stats
argument,
people are crazy. I wish everything was on teletext like back in the day because people got too much time for themselves. Like, what's this XG nonsense?
Because the other day, you know when we played you guys, Ty, and then someone had put on like I was literally right there. I was 10 rows from the field. I can see with my own eyes what's going on. I can see what Anthony was doing. I was like, I could see what Alessandro Martinez was doing, like with my eyeballs, right? I don't wear glasses, I don't wear contact lenses. I'm fine. I've got 20/20 vision, you know what I mean, right? And then the stat, I think it was Barstool put it on. It was like, like so many passes completed. This was like such a big long list of stats. What a game for Anthony. I was like, even if you just been beat 2-0, you weren't even in the game at any point. Like there was not a point where it looked like Man United were going to win. Why?
I actually saw you. I saw you quote tweet that. I saw you quote tweet that.
Yeah, because I've always argued that for me, eye test I think is fine on its own. Stats are very skew with on their own because they can tell a completely different story. You need eye test and stats together to make a fully comprehended view of a football player. And 100%. I've always had this argument of like the stats heads, like XG, XA, X. Whatever expected tackles, I don't even know what they are. Like, literally, I can't deal with it. So, like for me, stats are just
it's a supportive argument. It shouldn't be that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, it is mad, man. Big up Football Heritage TV, by the way, with a super chat. I love how he just goes, "Here's a tenner." He's got money to burn.
I've got Easter money for us all. Like football.
Follow me, hit Football Heritage. Follow me at One Touch TV, please.
Now make sure you follow the channel Football Heritage.
We cash appies.
Honestly, that is a lovely super chat, man. Great channel, great people, great chats. And thank you very much. Happy Easter Sunday to you and the family. And that make sure you subscribe to the guys as well. Spurs Talk Show, Kendall Rowan, and then One Touch TV and Tunnel TV as well. Kunle does stuff on both of them channels, so make sure you hit up all the people and make sure you smash the likes, people. There's 300 of you here, and it looks like you're coming perfect timing because we're going to do the Arsenal-Liverpool talk in a second as well. So, guys, just make sure you keep hitting the like button on your way in. In regards to City, Kendall, when you're looking at them, and like last week, they play so well without Haaland, and they've got Julian Alvarez, and people are saying it's more of a fluid system because he's more of that type of striker. And then you've got Erling Haaland, like we said, who doesn't have to have the passes, but you can just put the ball in the back of the net. If I was a City fan, I'm thinking, I love this because then I know that we can win in two different types of ways. That's what you want as a City fan. Do you know what I mean? Which I think is 100%. Perfect. Obviously, outside football fans won't like that because they'll always, like Kunle said, always try and bash the brush somewhere. But when you look at City now, they're coming into a proper form, but they've got Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and then they're still trying to hunt down Arsenal. Do you think they're going to have to end up prioritizing one, or do you think they've got a squad capable enough of going for both?
Oh, they're definitely capable enough to go for both, but it's just in the past, obviously, specifically Champions League, because obviously they have won more than one trophy in a season before, but specifically Champions League, I know that'll be laying heavy on Pep's mind simply because, yes, it'll lay heavy on his mind the past few seasons, but simply because of the situation that he's in with Arsenal right now. So before, he was kind of at a point where a lot of the seasons, obviously there's been a dilly-dally with Liverpool in a couple of seasons, but he's been quite a way ahead by this point at the end of coming towards the end of the season. So he hasn't necessarily had a situation where he's pushing like tooth and nail to get to the top as he is with Arsenal and being behind. So it's just, I don't know whether they'll prioritise it because, as I said, their squad's good enough. Pep Guardiola's a good enough coach. They are probably one of the best run clubs in the world. Not probably, they are one of the best run clubs in the world. So I think they can do both if they want to. They play a fantastic football. They're so good to watch, no matter who plays. I don't care if it's Haaland or Alvarez. They're good, they're great, they're fantastic. So yeah, they don't have to prioritise, but I think it probably might get down to a point where they're like, especially because Tuchel's got Pep's number in the Champions League as well already. So that's another added factor. It's just going to be like, it's just going to be more things to add to Pep's player that he really doesn't need right now. So yeah, I do think Champions League's gonna be laying heavy in his mind, and I think if they have to, then it obviously will be the Champions League for me. But I don't think they do.
Yeah,
have to,
I think they need to go for both as well, because I think the momentum is key as well. In football, if they're going for both and they keep winning games, then it keeps the momentum going. And the thing is, you're not, as an elite club, you're not in a sort of situation where you can kind of pick and choose. Because City then did prioritize the Champions League, but then got knocked out by Bayern.
Yeah,
then like, oh, well, you've just messed up the league. So yeah, man, City don't prioritize. They go for every competition. They are trying to win them. That's what big clubs are supposed to do, 100%. When you were saying about the league, though, I do think with the league, obviously they've gone back to back with Liverpool up until the final stages of the season. But then obviously in them years, they didn't go to that the finals of the Champions League. So obviously then they had a bit of that cushion. If they do get to the final of the Champions League, they're going to be going toe to toe with Arsenal and then getting into a final of the Champions League. So it is going to be a proper, they're going to have to stay focused. What do you think, Sean, on this title race before we come on to the Arsenal Liverpool game? A City for you sort of keep. Do you feel like, how do I word this, right? Because obviously City are winning every game so far and Arsenal are winning. But do you feel like as the games get towards the end of the season, every win for City now, the pressure is increasing on Arsenal, would you say? Because obviously they keep going back to back, but City won yesterday. So now do you feel like there's more pressure on Arsenal today, even more than there was last week, and so forth? Do you think every win that City get, the pressure increases?
Yeah, I 100% do. And bearing in mind that Manchester City have got the pedigree, they've got the experience of seeing this stuff through. Arsenal have in the past, but not this particular Arsenal team. And obviously this particular, or near enough particular Arsenal version, 8 games to go this time last year, had just taken over Tottenham to get into the top 4 race, and it was theirs to lose. And then the pressure happened, right? And I know, but see, it started to fall apart for Arsenal.
Newcastle United happened.
Yeah, Newcastle United happened, but before that, Tottenham happened, right?
Is that what we're doing, Ken? I thought me and you were good.
It's really interesting, though. It's a really interesting take, because I was just looking at Arsenal's run-in, and obviously today is crucial, and obviously the Man City game is, if Man City don't beat you at their ground, then I think it's done. But presuming they do that, then the biggest fixture following on from that, where there's a challenge, is Newcastle away. And remember what happened to you guys there last season. To what Kendall's point,
we got that.
Where I'm torn, right, is at that point in the season, it could be, from a Tottenham's perspective, a case of going, if Newcastle beat Arsenal, then Arsenal win the league. If Tottenham, Arsenal,
how did Tottenham make it in this discussion? How?
Because Tottenham could still be in the top 4 race by then, and Newcastle losing to Arsenal may help Tottenham in the top 4 race. And it'll be very interesting if that is the scenario as it plays out, whether Tottenham fans would rather Newcastle beat Arsenal to stop Arsenal winning the league, or whether Arsenal beat Newcastle to help Tottenham get into the top 4. I think it'll be a fascinating one. But for me personally, I do think that Arsenal, the pressure, to answer your question directly, I do think that Arsenal are going to feel the pressure, and I'm confident that they're going to choke like they did last year. Not confident, just very, very, very hopeful.
I was gonna say,
Kudley, the perfect way to come into the Arsenal Liverpool game. Then, people, this is your moment. People that are the Liverpool fans in the chat, let us know what you think is going to happen. Arsenal fans, are you going to pump out your chest today, or are you going to say that you're nervous going into the game? But Kudley's representing today. This is for me. I even put Arsenal in the title decider at Anfield. I put it with a question mark in the title, because people have said, and I'm not doing it based off what I just think. We've done this show, Rivals Not Virals, every Sunday for about the last 6-7 weeks, since God knows, But every week we always say, when they get to Anfield, every week when they get to Anfield, today has come, Anfield. And everyone says if they don't beat Liverpool at Anfield, they lose the league. That's what people have put out their chest and said. And then people are saying, if they go to Anfield and beat Liverpool, they have won the league. Kunle, D-Day today, like Mont says.
It's all about JESUS Sunday, Easter Sunday. I can't see Jesus losing on Sunday, guys. On Easter Sunday, come on, man. Let's be honest now. This is our game.
I thought he rose again on the Monday, though. So I think you're 24 hours early.
But it's Easter. It's still Easter. It's still Easter. Don't worry.
If you were playing Monday Night Football, then maybe you could paint the picture of him rising.
What's
up
the day? Is today Easter? Jesus ain't losing on Easter. He was rejuvenating himself during this Easter period, and then he resurrected on the Monday. Another monster. But if look, top of the league, we're 8 points. 8 points clear. No, 5 points clear now after yesterday. Best away record in the league. If I can't come with chest at this point, when am I going to come with chest? Do you get what I'm saying?
After you win?
Yeah. It's taking you
going into the game, innit?
Yeah.
Going into a game at Anfield, because I won't lie to you, I couldn't sleep last night. I was like, it's Anfield. I'm nervous. Like my dad's a Liverpool fan as well, so he doesn't really talk about football throughout the year. But when they beat us, which they've been doing for the last how many years, he's son, how far have you looked at the league table? I'm like, shut up, Dad, man. You don't even watch football like that. But yeah, so I'm nervous, but I still believe that we're gonna win today. And I believe we're going to win this league title, because if we win, the reason why I believe that is because the way we're putting teams away is different. Yeah. It's different. It's not just the 1-0 and sneaking a result here and there. We're putting teams away. It's 3-0, 4-0.
It has been at times this season. I remember.
I'm not talking about at times. You got to win every way, Sean. I know this is something that is alien to you because you've never had a run like this. I know. I get it. But I mean, we've shown, and just Sean has actually helped my point. We've also shown people we can win in every single manner. Last minute, 2-0 down, starting game slow.
You're changing your argument now.
You just helped add to it. You just helped add to it for me. But we've already showed we can win that way.
The hardest game for you guys this season, because you said that you have literally mowed teams over like 3-4. Even if you've gone 1-0 down, you still end up 3-1, 4-1. Like, what's been the hardest game this season? Do you think, like, for yous? This one coming up. Yeah. Because of all the previous season stories, the fact that the All or Nothing documentary, everyone laughed at us about Arteta's "You'll Never Walk Alone" song playing in the background of training. So there's so many.
Boy, did we laugh!
And also, I'm sure you guys have all heard it as well. Every year, Arsenal fans are like, "This year is different, though. Hey, this year, but trust me, but this year." Nah, so like literally, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna make those claims. But this, no, I'm joking. But
let's fucking go, guys.
I wouldn't normally, but this year is different.
Because look, we need to just show that we can get it done anyway. I know what people are saying about if we lose here, not draw. If we lose at Anfield, I'm not saying it's not over, but I'm definitely going to be panicking. And the reason why I'll be panicking is because the pressure was on against City at the Emirates. We lost that game through stupid mistakes. The pressure's now on us to really take ascendancy in this title race, kind of quote unquote get one hand on the title with a win, and we then threw it away as well. Although we've got a lot of games where we can still recover, I believe winning this game,
the psychological damage it can do.
Exactly, and also the psychological brilliance it can bring with a win, because I don't believe the boys will be scared of anything if we're able to go to Anfield and get the win.
Liverpool
That's why I believe
key players.
Apparently,
Thiago might be on the bench, but
I think Salah and Jota are not starting. I heard.
Really?
Nah, I reckon.
Because they weren't in the last training session, but you never know what happens today.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I know Van Dijk's recovered from illness, but if it was me and I'm Liverpool, I am going for it today. I'm just thinking, do you know what? Play the Trents, play the Robertsons, play the Salahs, play the Nunes, play the Gakpo. Even if I know you obviously Trent has his deficiencies, but I think it's just a big game, and I feel like if you want to see you know what? As a footballing fan, you want to see the best players in the biggest games on the pitch. If Trent gets skinned up by Martinelli, cool, he gets skinned up, but then at least everyone can talk about it. If Trent puts in a great cross and Nunes scores, and everyone says that's why Trent starts. Do you know what I mean? There's so many little fairy tales, but this game is going to be mad. The comments are popping off right now. Salah is playing. Come on, you Gunners. Salah dropped Firmino for me. Arsenal were getting the Easter special.
Bring it.
The Mayan games are kicking off. This is the biggest game of the season, really. To be fair, in terms of like pressure and everything that comes with it, I feel like I can see the logic in why everyone's watching this. So I feel like everyone's watching this today. I feel like everyone, because they have that belief, like Sean probably does, of Liverpool potentially getting a result and, you know, spinning
Sean's
the season.
Got the cigars for later. Look at him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And then obviously it's the fact that the Arsenal...
I hate Liverpool. Like, I hate Liverpool more than Arsenal.
Oh, yeah?
Chelsea,
so do I, but Sean, this is the first time in my life
I am a scouser, bro. Yeah,
bro,
100%.
first time in my
life.
But
I'm not. I'm afraid I'm a gooner a day.
Tell him, Kendall. My G. I'm my G that. You get me?
I don't want to ask. I don't want Liverpool to win. Like, I don't even
want
like really want
Arsenal to
Liverpool
win
to
the
win it.
league, man. Oh,
Nah, can't have Arsenal doing anything.
I do want Arsenal to win the league.
I've seen Kendall.
There's nothing wrong.
Arsenal
There's nothing wrong with that.
I've seen City do it. It doesn't affect me.
You want City to do a three-peat, Ty? You want City to do a three-peat?
You know what? It doesn't. Liverpool are my biggest rivals. And if you're a Man United fan from the heart, Liverpool always bigger than City in terms of your rivals. If City win the league, I've seen them do it, so it makes really no difference. I don't care about three-peat. It moves on. But you lot, who were our big rivals and will grow up.
I'm coming to your house, bro.
And you haven't won it for 20. How many years? 20 years this year. 20 years this year.
It's 19 this year. Don't do that. Don't add that extra one.
Yeah,
That's very important.
I need it to be 20. If you couldn't imagine you when you come on the streams after you. Oh
brother, don't you? But I'm telling you, you can't imagine it. Ty, I'm letting you know now.
Exactly.
You cannot imagine it, bro.
Me and Sean don't want to see it. That aircon's on right now. We need to keep that aircon on,
brother. Hey, I don't even know what is gonna take over me. I'm gonna be crying on stream, snot all down my nose. I'll be doing all of that.
You're gonna be flying back for the parade.
No, bro. This is it. This is the thing. I wanted to hold this back, but I'm gonna be in London in May. If there's a title parade, Deji, I'm cashing in my winnings early. Just give me my winnings to extend my stay. You know them ones there.
Doesn't he owes you a flight ticket or something, doesn't he?
No, he owes me money. He owes Kanebi a flight. I think another Tottenham fan owes me £200 for us finishing above them. I got a lot of cash out to check in with these Tottenham fans, man. So big up the Spurs fan. I might even get one of you to pick me up from the airport. Who knows, mate? But yeah, today is the day, man, where we finally put that Anfield hoodoo to bed, man. I see it. It's not going to be easy, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what? My thing not even a bit, but anyone wants to jump in. Is there any way anyone can see Liverpool getting a result here? And if so, how? Sean or Kendall?
I'm afraid not.
How?
Like, the thing is, though, that's very disingenuous of me because
I knew I could never stay mad at Kendall.
They got results against us twice, right? And it was like they didn't even play well. Like, we just crumbled. And I don't see Arsenal doing that because I think they've done so well in every test that they've faced this season. They've come through with flying colours. They've been absolutely fine. Everyone's been waiting for them to fail. Obviously, now it is a little bit more pressure, but I just can't see it. Like, Everton.
Yeah, Everton. Yeah. If Everton
was it Sean Dyche or was it Frank Lampard? Who was it?
Yeah,
Dyche.
It was Dyche. If Dyche can do it, maybe Klopp can pull a rabbit out of the hat. Come on, it's not beyond the realms.
Again, though, it'll be so Liverpool this season to turn up when today.
Go and smash you 5-0 or something.
That's the problem. It'll be one of them. Like, obviously when they did against Man United, and it was just like, how have you actually just done that? Because every game I've watched this season, you've been very not every game, but most games have been very, very poor in terms of like how you've played. And it'll just be today, like James Milner's going to have like the best game of his entire career. Like Jordan Henderson's going to turn like Prime Zinedine Zidane today. Like it's just typical that it'll be Liverpool. But Sophie's probably right. One of them games that gets hyped up every single year. 0-0.
No, but do you know what? Yeah, with Liverpool, if this is the one stadium that if we, I would take it, but it doesn't change. I would take it, but what the draw doesn't really do anything to give me extra chest or make me think we're not going to do. It's just going to be like a coasting result. I would take it, but I need that win just to cement that. You know what? We're coming here to claim this title. That's like, remember last season? Sean was talking about last season. I didn't want a draw at Spurs. I wanted us to win, either win or nothing, because if we won at Spurs, that it showed me that we were ready for the Champions League. Not if we drew or if we lost and then managed to scrape through otherwise. So if we can't win this game, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't win the league, but it's not over. But I really need this to give me the full confidence that these boys have really turned the corner and shows the big pressure moments we can really hand it, because it's the business end. Yeah. We've had pressure moments this season, but this is the business end of the season. How do you deal with pressure? We find out at 4:30 today, bro. But if we go 1-0 down at Anfield, that's the one stadium I don't want to go 1-0 down. I won't lie.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah. The atmosphere is going to be the big thing because if we can silence them early, then you know what you can do at Anfield. And I think you're a better side. And I do think when I look at this game, you will be cool though, because Liverpool are that type of team where if you don't take your chances, all they need is one ball over the top and then they get a counter attack and then they just score. That's just what Liverpool do. They don't, do you know what I mean? Salah, dagger, do you know what I mean? If you draw this game though, you will lose the league. It is going to be so interesting, man. I'm going to wrap here because my connection's starting to move mad as well. I know we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes, but guys, we're going to get our quick score prediction in for the game. Make sure you do like this video, people. Make sure you do subscribe to all the man them and they go them in the chat. Make sure Kendall Rowan's chat, One Touch TV, Spurs Talk Show, and obviously subscribe here if you're new as well. Guys, there's 300 of you here, so make sure you do hit that like button as well. But Sean, yeah, man, Arsenal win the league today if they win at Liverpool, basically. But are you going to predict that they're going to win today at Anfield?
Absolutely not. I'm going 3-0 Liverpool, and what I'm predicting is a Ramsdale clanger, maybe even a rash challenge that gets him sent off for 3 games, and then we're gonna see Arsenal implode like the choke artists that they are. I can't wait. Clip that, and I'll be in the mud, no doubt, after 19.
If they win 3-0, though, everyone will be coming to you. So yeah, that's all right. Kendall, what are you gonna say?
I can't see Van Disney keeping a clean sheet today, let's be honest. I think it'll be 3-1 Arsenal for me. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Kendall, my G.
Yeah. If they do that, it's over. That's not even a win. That's like going to Anfield and said, yeah, we spun your block.
Kendall, do you want me to bring anything from Lagos for you?
Yeah, anything you want,
yeah. Just
anything you want.
Love that. Oh,
sure, you ain't getting nothing, bro. You're getting my account details to send the money to. That's
Sean,
what
look, Sean, Sean's dog's not liking the chemistry between these two right now.
You can bring me something. I like a little gift. Bring me something nice. I don't care what it is, but bring me something. You'll be friends.
Nah, no problem. I got you, bro.
I'm gonna go. What? No Saliba today, by the way. Kunle, is there?
Nah, no Saliba. It's Bobby Holding masterclass.
Okay, I'm gonna go 2-4 then. If Saliba was there, Arsenal win. I'm going to go 2-2 today, and I think it just leaves everything in a bit of a balance, like Kendall said. I think it'll be goals, though. So I'm going to go 2-2. And yeah, Kunle, over to you to have it, man.
Look, do you know what? I'm so glad I came on this stream today because prior to this stream, things were sounding a little bit too exciting. All these comments were saying Arsenal are going to win comfortably, this, that. I've come on this stream, and you guys have humbled me. With the 3-1 to Liverpool, you're going to get humbled at Anfield. I love all of that because that gives me more confidence that we're going to do what I think we're going to do. I need the negativity around us. All this positivity around us is not good for us, mate. So it's the highest scoring Premier League fixture of all time. So I don't see anything less than that happening again today. So 3-0 victory for the Arsenal, man. 3-2 victory for the Arsenal. 3-2.
Okay.
Woo!
No, don't bring that stuff. I don't want that. I don't want none of that stuff over here.
Oh, I love that, man.
I think Tottenham have got enough of that already. I don't think we need any more.
Guys, we've done an hour and 15 minutes. Perfect time for a lovely show on a Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday to everyone. Make sure you enjoy the football today. Make sure you, like I said to you, make sure you subscribe to all the people down below. It's in the description right there. Like this video on your way out. And the next time we're streaming, Arsenal could have one hand on the title or City could be back in the race. So let's see what the game brings us, people. And on that note, bless up.